Hello, and welcome to the Field of Streams, where I, your host, Janeen McCrae, bring you the tiny thoughts that stream from my brain and present them to you as though they've just returned from a self-fulfillment business seminar, and they're all hopped up on vivacity juice and just so jazzed to tell you how you're going to increase your income threefold with this system they just learned, where you're at the top and all your friends are below you, and then they have friends below them, and you're all making money. Pyramid. Now, I can't promise you much with these weekly schemes, but I can promise you this. I won't keep you long. That's quite the promise. You should probably follow this podcast so you never miss an episode. Today's missive was inspired by a story I read about how sand, you know, the thing dunes and eye infections are made of, was one of the finalists for the 2021 National Toy Hall of Fame. Did you know there was a National Toy Hall of Fame? Me neither. I don't feel that I have gained any wisdom in learning this tidbit, but that's enough snack for me. There were 12 finalists, including Battleship, which did not manage to sink anything. And guess what? Sand won! Well, it was one of the 3 inductees to the Hall of Fame, including American Girl dolls and the board game Risk. Isn't this thrilling? Isn't your mind expanding with all this information that you really shouldn't be wasting space on? Now, some of sand's sell points. It's the oldest toy in the world. Anyone can play with it. You can make sandcastles out of it. You'll find it in playgrounds all over the world. It's pretty good in concrete. Not that you'd play with concrete. Getting a bit off the rails here. Point is sand. It's pretty dope. As luck would have it, my brain's full of it. Gritty. I like it. Unlike Anakin in Star Wars 2, Attack of the Clones, who boldly declared, "I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere. Not like here. Everything is soft," dramatic pause, "and smooth." And at that point he reaches out his little hand toward the object of his affection. This is the classic Padme sand play pickup maneuver quality. But I'm drifting, just like sand. For this post, I went ahead and riffed on all the sand in my brain and how you can build and create anything out of it. Your brain too. And in fact, the agitated grittiness of what I call brain sand, oh, how original. Anyway, it can lead to great stuff. Who knows? I cloak everything in metaphor and confusion. It's just my way. Basic premise, having a head full of sand, which could be seen as an insult, ain't so bad. See, it's all about how you look at things. It's a story as old as dirt. I also think this intro may be longer than the post itself, so without any further blowing about in the desert of confusion, which is where I live, here is the post, "When in doubt, build a sandcastle." Brain sand is heavy. It overloads my internal sensory buckets with its shifting, shapeless ways. I hear it swirling, flinging its gritty anger at my stubbornly shuttered windows. It makes my head heavy. I am sleepy with the nod of it. Brain sand is impossible to hold. Its fragile potential is loose and dry, with singular grains performing street theatre behind my eyes, somewhere in the vicinity of the frontal cortex. Bloody mimes. Just tell me what you want! Brain sand slinks through my curtain of neuronic fingers to pour itself out as wasted time. It is caught on many breezes, shifting uncomfortably as one half of a first date at the Cineplex, and finds no casual rest. The credits cannot come soon enough. Brain sand forms dunes of thought desire. I shovel them into my mind sock and prepare to swing until it connects with the jaw of creation, to knock it to the floor so I can dance around in soft shoe glory. Suck it to ya! Is that the way to do it? To burst and scatter it everywhere, so as to slide upon it in some game-set match, Roland Garros fashion. If it sifts away to collect under the floor mats in my creative car, if it remains granular, individual, and shapeless, what use is that? Brain sand is magical. It hurls itself against the internal shape of my skull, getting into the butt cracks of imagination to implant a pearl. It is worn from the cliffs of my life's timeline. As my clock winds down, my supply ramps up to form the beachhead of my art. It's nothing until I make it something, until I wet it with action, with purpose. I must apply the liquid force of my inspiration to bind it to my creation, to give it structure, to give it shape. I must create a sandcastle from its coarse and irritating ways, with my bucket, with my trowel, with my mind. It's nothing until I make it something. Just add the water of my memory. Pour, scoop, sieve, rake. Bury my doubt up to its neck and wait for the tide to come in and drown it in the foam. Brain sand is a tool. Work with it. Brain sand is a toy. Play with it. Brain sand, man, it will bring me my dream. And there you have it. Today's episode in your eye. Well, actually in your ears. Dig out that sand and make something from it. Only don't use a cotton bud, that just pushes the wax further in. I hope you'll come back for more. These little missives are designed to inspire creative folk to get out and make something of their own. If you enjoyed this ramble, please follow the podcast so that you'll never miss an episode. But for now, I'll leave you with this. Love what you love, and I'll see you out there making stuff.